Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're bringing an amazing creative journey to its rightful conclusion. We're diving into the final module of Soul Canvas, Brushstroke 9. We're going to discover how to beautifully package your heart's work so it actually reaches the people who need it most. You've discovered your message, refined your lyrics, and worked alongside AI to produce something deeply personal. But the journey isn't quite over yet.
So ask yourself, what happens to a song once it's completely finished? You've put in the sweat equity, doing the hard work of writing and refining your story with AI tools like Suno. But here's the thing. If a beautifully crafted song just sits on a hard drive gathering digital dust, well, your creative journey is technically incomplete. That music needs an audience, even if that audience is literally just one person who desperately needs to hear it today.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial insight from the source material. Many wonderful songs are never heard because they were never presented in a way that invites people to listen. Think about that. Presentation is not about vanity. We aren't trying to look like massive pop stars here. It's about removing absolutely every unnecessary barrier between the listener and your message. Make it as easy as possible for someone to just hit play.
Section 1, Framing the Art, Your Visual First Impression. Let's think of your song as a gorgeous watercolor canvas. Even the most stunning canvas needs the perfect frame to invite someone into the gallery, right? When you're designing cover art, you really want to avoid a cluttered mess of way too many fonts and clashing colors. Remember, most people are going to see this as a tiny little thumbnail on their phone screen. Instead, aim for one central image, one clear title, and one consistent style. A simple, emotion-driven visual that perfectly matches the vibe of your song, that is hands down the strongest choice. The cool thing is, you can actually use AI to help create this perfect frame. But just like writing lyrics or prompting your music, you've got to be intentional. Don't just type in a generic prompt and hope for the best. Really describe the emotional atmosphere. Get specific. Detail the colors, the lighting, is it warm or cool, the overall mood, and the exact artistic style. Soft watercolor? A peaceful landscape? The more intentional you are with your description, the closer the AI gets to your actual vision. And this visual strategy, it points directly to your long-term success. Why? Because consistency creates trust. If you decide to go with soft watercolor artwork or maybe nature photography with really warm lighting, stick with it. By using a consistent visual style across all your songs, you're building a recognizable brand. When someone visits your channel and sees all those thumbnails looking like they belong to the same family, it makes them feel right at home. Section 2. The archivist mindset, organizing your masterpiece. Okay, so now that your art is perfectly framed, we really need to talk about the practical back end of managing your files. If you want to build a lasting catalog, you have to adopt the mindset of an archivist. That's a person who meticulously organizes and preserves important creative assets. You aren't just hitting download on a file, you are preserving your masterpiece. Treat your completed files with the absolute respect they deserve so you can actually find them months or even years down the road. So what does a good archivist actually do? They build the song folder, the whole shebang. Whenever you finish a track, grab the absolutely highest quality version from Suno. Drop it into a dedicated folder right alongside your final lyrics, your generated cover art, any video assets you have, and your descriptions. Grouping these essential pieces together means you'll never waste precious creative energy digging through your hard drive later. Section 3. Curating the exhibit. Uploading with intention. All right, with everything perfectly organized, it's finally time to throw open the gallery doors. Now, we're focusing heavily on YouTube here, mainly because it's just the perfect platform for building a lasting library. Your workflow basically boils down to a super simple 3-step recipe. Step 1, a clear title. Step 2, a story-driven description. And Step 3, a themed playlist. This workflow ensures your upload genuinely invites the listener into an emotional experience rather than just chucking a random audio file at them and hoping they figure it out. Let's break these down real quick. First up, the title. Look, simple titles are memorable titles. Skip the unnecessarily long, sensational, or overly complicated stuff. Usually, the song's actual name, something like Peace After the Storm or Teach Me to Trust, is totally powerful enough to hook someone's curiosity. A nice, clear title lets the listener instantly know the emotional destination of your song. Now let's look at Step 2, which is a real game changer for building a connection with your audience. The description box. This is incredibly valuable real estate. Don't simply repeat the lyrics. Instead, invite listeners into the story. Share what actually inspired the song. Talk about the scripture that influenced you, the exact prayer you were praying, or the message you really hope they receive. Trust me, people connect with the human story way before they fall in love with the music.
And that brings us to step 3, playlists. Grouping your songs into themed playlists, think themes like peace, trust, prayer, hope, or healing, allows the listener to just seamlessly continue their emotional journey. No interruptions. You're basically turning one single song into an open invitation to hear another. It literally transforms one random click into a full, comforting experience.
Section 4, A Library of Hope, Building Your Musical Legacy. As we wrap up this incredible creative journey, our whole philosophy kind of needs to shift. You aren't simply publishing songs. You're building a library. Your success as a creator isn't measured by some algorithm or how one single upload performs on day one. Not at all. It's measured by the growing catalog of authentic work that's going to continue to serve, comfort, and encourage others for years to come. Your library keeps working for you long after you click publish. You know, the source material roots this entire philosophy in a truly beautiful truth, highlighted in Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Ultimately, this whole songwriting process, it's really about expressing the authentic stories and lessons God has written into your life. And taking the time to package them beautifully and share them with the world, well, that's exactly how you let your light shine. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Who is waiting to hear the song that only you can write? Your experiences, your victories, your struggles, they all matter. So go out there, refine your work, package it beautifully, and build your gallery. Because someone, somewhere, is waiting for the exact message of hope you have to share. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy creating.